it was supposed to be a dream. A large 11 square foot house, a loving wife, 3 beautiful children. But behind the gates of the property, something unthinkable happened. A tragedy that would not only shock the gay community, but also the Hamilton County Police. Herb Baumeister was a respected businessman and family man, yet beneath the surface, he was something else entirely. He harbored a darkness that no one could quite define. And as gay men began disappearing from Indianapolis nightclubs in the 90s, no one realized the horror that was happening just miles away. It is a story of lies, manipulation, gruesome murder, and a man who may have helped expose it all or been a part of it himself. A man whose truth still blurs with fiction to this day. What really happened behind the walls of Fox Hollow, and who exactly is telling the truth? Dive into this case with me, Callie, and Dakota.
Today we are going to be talking about the Fox Hollow Farm case. It's pretty good.
Fox Hollow Farm? What the freak?
That sounds like a Sims map.
It does sound like it sounds like some suburban mom kind of theme house, you know?
Well, a lot of bad stuff went on here. Okay, so the year was around 1988, and a man named Herb Baumeister had just moved in to his dream home with his wife Julie and their 3 children. This house was 18 acres. It was equipped with an indoor pool and a 5-car garage. Everything a family like this would want, and more. It was a giant house, giant land, whatever. But their dream life, of course, wouldn't last long because this is a serial killer case.
Sure, yeah.
And
I didn't know that.
The darkness started to grow in Herb.
Oh no.
So this case is one of my favorite cases of all time, literally my favorite case of all times, because it's just, there's so many like twists and turns, and it shows like the darkest of people, and like there's so many like theories, like it's crazy. Like out of this case you could just find so much stuff. It's like absolutely wild. So we're gonna start out at Herb's humble beginnings. He was born to Eugene and Elizabeth on April 7th, 1947, and was the oldest of 4 children. He grew up in Indianapolis, living a pretty normal life that we know of. But strange behavior began to arise. He was obsessed with, like, urine, and would, like, pee everywhere, especially on, like, he would pee on teachers' desks. He also, of course, he had a fascination with dead animals because he's a serial killer.
That's like step 1 of the book. That's chapter 1. That's rule 1.
That's like Nigel Colby core.
He would like
Jeffrey
play
Dahmer
with them too. Like he would play with them like dolls. And he even put like a dead crow on a teacher's desk. I do not know what is up with this guy and teachers' desks, but I don't know what was up with him. But he put a dead crow on a teacher's desk.
That's like Italian mafia, mob godfather kind of pool. Like that's crazy.
Yeah, like what was this guy in? What was he involved in?
That's like a mafia threat. Like they leave a dead horse in your freaking bed. Have you ever heard of those?
In your bed?
Yes. And it's like supposed to be. We'll get into that another episode.
Okay. Well, yeah. Another episode, guys. In his teens, he was diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia and antisocial personality disorder.
I see.
And as an adult, partially because of his, like, disorder or whatever, he drifted through, like, a series of jobs, like, a lot of different jobs. But later on, he successfully founded the Save-A-Lot thrift stores in the Indianapolis area and managed 2 of the locations. But he also, like, exhibited a lot of strange behavior there. He would, like, destroy furniture and, like, bro, this is your freaking store. And
Yeah, like, what's going on,
Yeah.
man?
and the weirdest
There
of
were
them
no
all,
signs.
he would place mannequins in the bathrooms. And, like,
Like that.
when people were like, hey, can you maybe, like, get rid of these mannequins? He was like, no.
Dude, it's like the first Doctor Who episode with all the mannequins.
Yes,
never
bro.
seen
That freaked me out. So, hold on. We can, like, edit an image here.
Okay, yeah, edit an image here, future me.
Future Zoe.
Future Zoe.
There,
Here.
everywhere.
Everywhere, just put it everywhere. But in 1996, his whole world would come crashing down when Hamilton County Police found 10,000 bone fragments in his backyard. 10,000. And guess what? This is second most in America to the World Trade Center. And you guys have never heard of this case. You guys have never heard of this case.
What the hell? Oh my lord.
And with
10,000?
Yeah, 10,000. And with only 300 of those bone fragments, they were able to identify 13 people. Yeah.
That's how only 13? That's 10,000 bone.
Yeah. So out of the 300, like 300 out of 10,000, they were able to identify 13 people. So, like, the amount of people he must have killed is like way more than, like, Gacy or Dahmer.
Yeah. 10,000?
Yeah, 10,000.
So there's an average of, what, 206 bones in the human body, I think?
Yeah,
Yeah.
something like that.
10,000.
And if they found 13 people out of 300, there must be like more than 50 people.
And the thing
And that
was,
is
like,
just-
some of the bones were burned. So, like, there could have been bones that weren't there because they were, like, burned down to a crisp.
Yeah, he could have, like, just think of how much he could have, like, disposed of the other bones.
Yeah.
Like,
Damn.
And I mean, his
10,000
property was
is
18 acres. And I mean, there were even bones off of his property.
so, like, just I mean, if there's 10,000 in his yard, and that's, like, as much as, like, maybe he could fit, then imagine how much there are, like, obviously outside of his house, like they said, you know?
Yeah.
Like, but that amount, 10,000 is...
Yeah.
Look at her face, bro.
Oh my god.
Callie had to take a drink for that one.
Oh.
But Indianapolis in the 90s was very, like, conservative. Oh, Callie, you're clutching your stuffed animal. So, downtown closed down around, like, 5 p.m. because they were like, oh, let's go to bed. But the gay nightclubs, they stayed open. They stayed running.
Period.
But you didn't even, like, know about them unless you were gay. So,
So I guess you two would have known about
that's a
that.
yeah,
gay
we
people
would've
thing,
known
not a
about
straight.
it.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have.
we would have been, like, running the club. Actually, Callie, would they let allies in?
Would they let allies in?
I don't
I
think
mean-
so. But in that time, gay people were really, like, looked down upon by citizens and, of course, the police. And this was also around the time, like, the AIDS crisis was hitting Indianapolis. So there were like protesters in the streets and sick people in the hospitals. And
Right.
when gay men started going missing from bars, people didn't really like think a thing. They were just like, they contracted AIDS. Like,
Especially with the whole like LGBT movement through the 90s and 80s. Gay people were already looked down upon. They were
Yeah.
like considered rebellious, so like it didn't matter. That's why most of Dahmer's victims were gay black men,
yeah.
because they were such a controversial group of people that
Yeah.
people wouldn't actually care about it.
Yeah. And I think that was kind of what Herb was thinking here too.
Yeah.
But then
10,000 bones.
Yeah.
That's crazy. He's taking out half the gay population.
For real.
Shit.
But people like did ultimately become suspicious because I don't know, they're just like, okay. But the men would be taken from downtown Indianapolis, hoping to make some quick cash or just for sex. And
Sure.
all of the men were around the same size, about the same age, and the last place they could put them was several openly gay bars within like a 2-mile area.
Sure.
Things even got like so bad that bars were like the employees at the bar were like, yeah, so tell
This isn't right.
everyone,
Where's our regulars?
tell everyone like where you're going, like who you're going with. Just tell everyone you know.
Mm-hmm.
Cause like, I mean, it was getting bad.
Aw.
And many of the men who were taken, like you guys have kind of pointed out, is like they were like disowned by their families.
They probably come from like Christian-based families, you
and
know,
they really
anti-gay.
Yeah, they really had like no one to really report them missing.
Yeah.
So police had just commonly assumed like they just ran away.
Hmm.
And another big like blame for killing gay people is that, you know, they are often seen as mentally ill, and so a lot of murders were blamed on suicide.
Yeah.
And so
Right.
a lot of deaths are unaccounted for actual murders, but they were suicides, you know.
Yeah.
So that was a big one too. So they probably didn't think much of it. They just went missing.
Yeah, they're
They
like,
killed themselves.
but then
So
some
they're
of the
off
families,
themselves.
some of the families who were like still involved in their children's lives, they were like fed up with the police at this point. So they hired a private investigator who brought forth a supposed witness, Mark Goodyear. Now everybody remember this name. Remember this name.
Isn't that like a movie, Goodyear?
No.
I don't know.
No. His story of what happened is as follows. A man named Brian convinced him to go home with him, where he had a pool and a bar. But when Mark got to the house, he noticed something a little bit strange. I mean, a lot of bit strange, not gonna lie. There were mannequins surrounding the pool area and surrounding the bar, almost like a club.
This sounds like someone we know. This sounds like someone we know.
Yeah, I'll let you guys sit with that for a second. But
yeah,
That's like my worst nightmare. I've had nightmares about mannequins.
yeah, no, because
And
this
that,
it gets
like-
worse. It gets worse.
Oh, that's great.
It gets way worse. So, they ultimately like go for a swim. I don't know why Mark didn't run away. But they ultimately go for a swim, and Brian is like, hey, Mark, we should try this fun thing where, you know, like, you strangled me and you put me into a euphoric state for sexual reasons.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And so, he does it. And then he's like, Brian.
I guess
What?
Mark said game is game.
Anyway.
Okay, that is crazy. That is crazy.
Callie.
This is gay. Okay, please continue. Oh my god.
Okay. He was like, hey, Mark, can I maybe, like, reciprocate on you? And Mark is like, oh, hell no!
Hell no!
And, then Brian, like, tries to put the hose around his neck, but Mark's reflexes are quick, and he's like, poof, poof, and gets the thing. He ultimately spent the night there, and Brian drove him home in the morning to Indianapolis. He had a fascination with strangulation, Goodyear later said in an interview with the police. 1 year later, Goodyear warns the gay community of this man. Later on, one of his friends came forward to Goodyear and was like, hey, so I saw this man get into a car with this guy who fit your description exactly. And he got his plate number. Okay, guys, can you guess who the vehicle returned to?
I forgot the guy's name already.
Herb Baumeister.
Oh.
So here, this answers your question a bit, Callie. During the summers, Herb's wife and children were pretty much gone the entire time. They were off, like, visiting family and just going on vacations without Herb.
Okay, fair enough. Like, he's a weirdo. He's a creep.
Yeah,
I'd get away from my husband too if he acted like that.
For real.
I try to distance my kids. I don't want them to take after him, you know? So
I'm having deja vu. Hardcore.
He would often be at the house alone, and, like, he could do whatever he wanted. But by the time police had, like, caught up to what was going on, his wife had grown extremely suspicious. 'Cause, you know...
How could you not?
I wonder why.
Yeah, I wonder why. And she had started, like, divorce proceedings, and Herb was no longer on the property. He was not on the property.
Oh, no.
His wife, Julie, then shared some weird things she witnessed, such as her son finding a human skull in the woods. Yeah. And then when Herb got home, he was like, oh, don't call the police! Don't call the police! Oh.
I'm sorry the way he did that. But, like, yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy. It's crazy.
This don't sit right with me.
Yeah. They then got, the police got Julie's permission to search the premises. And when they went to search, they put down, like, flags of, like, anything suspicious that they could find. And, like, seeing the pictures, there's, like, a sea of them. Like, there are so many. Like, it's crazy. Like, I mean, every bone fragment, everything they found suspicious. Like, think of 10,000 flags, plus, like, probably, like, 2,000 more.
Yeah, they, like, mark every item they find with a number. So,
yeah.
I mean, they have a picture for every single... That's crazy!
Oh my god.
And like I said before, most of the bones in the area were burned, but there was, like, one section that, like, wasn't, so I don't know what's up with that. Like, maybe it was, like, when he started killing people? I'm not sure. But one question that surrounded the police's mind was, how did this one man drag all of those bodies into the woods by himself?
Would have taken those gay men to the woods and was like, let's get, like, freaky in the woods. And he would have taken them out to where the rest of them are buried, killed him there, dismembered him, and then let him to rot over there, which would have made sense. But it's like, it's confusing. It really is. And so I'm just like,
but, like, I mean, if you were like, if, like, some guy was like, hey, so maybe let's like get freaky in the woods next to my house instead of my bed. Like, would you say yes?
What does he look like?
I don't know. Any guy.
Any guy?
Are you serious? Bitch, are you serious?
This is going in. This is going in. So the police at this point didn't have enough evidence to detain Herb. There were bones in his backyard. They didn't expect him to run, but of course he did. Because he's a serial killer.
Yeah.
He ran to Canada, where he eventually killed himself. I don't believe he killed himself, but we will get into that later. When he died, there were said to be tapes in the back of his car by, like, this guy in this, like, police officer in Canada who had pulled him over for, like, sleeping in his car. But by the time police got there were no tapes in the back of his car. And also, guess what? Nobody knows where Mark Goodyear was during the time he died.
He had no backstory or like, no, nothing.
Nope, no, he had nothing. And in Herb's suicide note, he never admitted to anything. He just said the business was failing and his marriage was too, which, I mean, is pretty normal. Like, I feel like if you're a serial killer, you would admit to murder.
Yeah.
But let's change our focus in the story a bit, and change it to a man, back on a man, who has been described as a masterful storyteller and a very likable guy. A man whose encounter shaped the trajectory of the case. Mark Goodyear. Bum, bum, bum!
Back to him.
So documentarians had been filming a documentary, of course, because they're documentarians, about the spirits at Fox Hollow Farms, because it's said to be, like, extremely haunted, and, like, that's
Let's go, guys.
Let's go. I ain't going there. They had gotten in touch with Mark Goodyear through the house's current owner, Robert Graves, who goes by Robin, so his name is Robin Graves. That man is creepy as hell, by the way. He's, like, obsessed with serial killers. And he moved his, like, 2 teenagers into the serial killer house. The documentarians and Mark had kind of texted back and forth. And Mark eventually called them. And he was like, hey guys, so I have a little bit of information for you. I actually dated Herb Baumeister for 2 years. Huh. And
so that's crazy.
Yeah, so he also he made up his encounter to get a warrant for the property. But the MO of this man, like, think about this, the MO of Herb Baumeister was told by this man who just lied to the police, to so many people, and he's just crazy.
We know about this case comes from you.
Absolutely.
Absolutely what?
Everything you know about this case comes from me. You just said that. I agreed with you by saying the word absolutely. Where are you confused? Okay. I'm sorry. When I say absolutely, I mean yes. Everything that you know about this case comes from me. I realize that. I'm aware of that.
Anyway.
Oh my God.
But if we go back, I mean, he's been described as a masterful storyteller, so the way you like interpret this case it's just so fun to me because it's like, did he date him or did he not?
Right.
Really?
We'll never know. We'll never know. And in the second or third episode in the documentary I watched, Robin Graves is asked to repeat back some things that Mark Goodyear has said, and he says that he won't because he's afraid it'll make Mark look like a murderer. Goodyear says that like he didn't see anything or do anything, so I do with that what you will.
Do with that what you will.
But he said that Herb always smelled of burnt hair, which was kind of weird. He also said that Herb would remove the teeth of his victims and throw them down the stairs like Tic Tacs. Yeah.
I hate to say, can I say something?
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but this is what undiagnosed schizophrenia, like paranoid schizophrenia or whatever it is, whatever he had. These are like really big signs, and it's like this can really show how big these mental illnesses are. And honestly, that's not excusing what he did.
Yeah. One of the victim's sisters, she said, Mark Goodyear showed up at my brother's funeral, hugged my mother, and she said it sent chills down her spine. So also do with that what you will.
Sure.
Mark Goodyear is involved with these killings, bro. I'm starting to think this is how Herb got the bodies over into the forest with help.
The documentarians brought Mark to the house to show what he remembered, and he didn't show his face, which is really weird. In all of the media about this case, he has never showed his face. Never. Like, there's pictures of him on the internet. But like you can't like find him. You have to search up like Mark Goodyear Fox Hollow. But if you just search up Mark Goodyear, you will literally find nothing on him. Nothing.
I wonder if it's a popular name.
Maybe. But in the documentary that I watched, he actually did show his face at the end because they like do an interview with him.
Sure.
Like the last episode is like just basically an interview with him.
Now, with the interviews, it's been 30 years. I'd like for this to be my very last one. Wouldn't that be lovely? Not to be disturbed with this anymore. So let's get names, get identifications, get, whatever it is that this may produce.
But also, he strangely didn't wear shoes. And this man, he's a pretty religious man. He was...
What?
Was
he Australian?
No.
Because I know Australian people do that.
No.
But, like, it's still weird.
Also, the house is, like, all tile. So, it's not like it's carpet. Like, I feel like if it was carpet, like, I'd take my shoes off. But, like, it's, like, all tile.
Oh, I don't like that. No wood, it's just tile.
I mean, I think there's some wood, but most of it is tile, I'm pretty sure.
That's still weird.
Especially, like, the downstairs floor. Like, the ground floor.
Yeah.
But, like, since he's a religious man, like, that's a sign that he believed that he was walking on holy ground. And after they finished filming, Goodyear sent a text to one of the documentarians, which was pretty cryptic. And, like, she was pretty creeped out by it. It said, I am not a victim. I am not a murderer. I was never attacked. Exactly what am I? And then he later, like, kind of, like, I don't know, corrects himself. I don't know if it's, like, correcting himself, but he says, instead of I'm not a murderer, he says, I'm not an accomplice.
Sir, yes, you are.
Yeah, that's just gonna raise more suspicion.
I mean,
That's just gonna raise more suspicion.
I'll tell you my theory. What? Why are you creeping out,
I,
Alex?
I think that Mark Goodyear is Herb.
Huh?
Wouldn't be surprising.
I think that Mark Goodyear is actually Herb, and he killed, or like, wait a minute.
Wait,
So you're-
Conspiracy.
okay.
We can get onto conspiracy theries later.
that sent chills down
Okay.
my
I have a
spine,
couple
not gonna
conspiracy
lie.
theories already. I already
Yeah,
have a couple conspiracy
I have a
theories
lot of
already.
them, and I'll share with you guys. I'll share them last.
Yeah.
So there is also a transcription of a phone call from Herb's business attorney to a lead investigator on the case, 2 days after Herb killed himself. In which he said that Herb called Mark a real bad dude and was a real dangerous guy. And he was afraid that Mark would come after his family.
Hmm.
Yeah. And in the documentary, when Mark is asked about Herb's death, he simply replies, "I'm not trying to do 25. Yep.
Yeah, like 25 is all you'd get.
Yeah, no, you
Like-
get more than that. You'd probably
A
die
little bit
in
more than
25
that,
years.
let me tell you. Maybe a life
You-
sentence. Who knows?
Hopefully.
Yeah.
This man needs to go to prison. Case is closed, really. Like, after Herb killed himself, they were like, nope. They're just like, there's this one police officer in Hamilton County that's like, I'm gonna identify all of these bones. And he has a little bit of help from this, like, other really big investigator guy, was on the John Benet Ramsey case. He solved that, actually, I'm pretty sure. Wait, no, it wasn't solved.
Oh.
It wasn't solved, never mind. He solved some other big case. I can't remember what it was. Mark says, at the end of his life, his fingers were swollen like sausages. There is no way he could have pulled that trigger.
But guess what? He's fucking dead, ain't he?
Did he kill himself?
We'll save that for another damn show. How about that? I'm not trying to do 25, okay? Yes. I can tell you at the end of his life, his fingers were round and swollen as sausages. There's no way he could have pulled that trigger.
Like, he's actually kept in contact. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, he killed himself because, you know, he knew him. He knew what he looked like before he died. He had contact with him. I think that's enough evidence.
I think either that Mark killed him, or he killed himself because Mark was after him and was like,
Yeah.
and maybe he said, like, if you don't kill yourself, I'm gonna kill your family or something like that. I don't even know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could have been like a bribe or like, what is it? Blackmail. Maybe. I don't know.
Also, guys, so this is pretty big. He had lied to the police several times, as we know. But he was said by a man that he was involved in the killing of a boy. He, like, was said to have, like, held him up while Herb shot him with a shotgun. Yeah.
Well, then there you go. Then that's just a whole nother case, you know?
Yeah. And
That's just a
That's
whole
a whole
nother
nother
level.
case.
They also, like, don't know if this is true. But there's, like, some guy said that they saw a man, like, get into a car with Mark Goodyear. That, like, matched, that was, like, it was, like, I think maybe it was, like, Herb's car. I can't exactly remember. I don't know why I can't remember. That's pretty big. But, yeah. So there's that.
Yeah.
He also calls the house nice and comfortable and says it, like, wraps itself around you like a blanket.
The hell?
The murder house. The murder house. He calls it nice and comfortable. Like, what is up with this man?
No
Right,
toilet.
right.
No toilet. No.
He also claimed that Herb had killed 56 people, which I think that might be true, somewhere around there. because
Yeah.
just of how the amount of bones that were there.
Yeah.
He even claimed that he had called the police multiple times to report Herb, but they just didn't do anything. But I mean, there's no record of this. Like, they've looked through the transcripts. There is no record of this.
Okay, so like you said that like Herb had gone off to Canada and like quote unquote killed himself. Here the thing is, like, do they look similar to each other or do they look completely different?
Completely different.
Like, if like Mark is like this compulsive liar and then Herb, like, he's, I don't know how to put this, just like schizophrenic. He's just insane. And so like, okay, insane's like a lack of a better word. It's just like, I bet that like, obviously Mark has been lying to the police like several times. Like,
Yeah.
they were both like, what I can only assume is they were both obviously working together to complete these murders, because there's no way that Herb got those bodies to the forest by himself.
Yeah.
So Mark would have helped, and I think he did help. And so, like, in the fact that Herb went to Canada and killed himself, it kind of tells me that he didn't kill himself.
I'm not trying to do 25, okay?
Yeah.
Like,
It's
kind
odd.
of
And then the tapes
odd.
are gone from the back of his car.
That's before you said that he had brought a box.
Yeah, we're not going to discuss that. How about that? Okay.
Like, the tapes are gone.
Yeah.
There's no evidence of him burning them.
Because, hear me out now, because I think we're all thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
Is that Mark went to Canada with him in the same car and then killed Herb and took the tapes with him, leaving him in the car.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I don't know how we got back, but I'm sure it was probably by rental. If he got a rental car, it would have probably said something. But like, probably by just like bus or just.
But
I don't
remember,
know.
like,
I
they couldn't have been in the same car because the police, had the Canada police.
You're 100% right.
But I think Mark followed him. Because, I mean...
Mark definitely followed him.
And personally, with, how he is withholding if he is guilty of withholding information from the police, it's just hard to believe anything that he does say without the fact that Herb killed himself, so it's hard to confirm truly.
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't know if there's any documentation, but is there like I have a question.
Yeah.
Did Herb ever deny his like schizo-paranoia stuff? Like, did he deny his mental illness?
Not that
Do we know that?
No.
Okay. Because, like I said, based on how he acts, it's just based on rational thinking,
Yeah.
And, sorry, hold on, I can't tell if there's something, like, outside my window. Like, I think it's a squirrel. No, I think it's a squirrel. I think it's a squirrel. Sounds like a squirrel. It sounds like a squirrel. I know what
No.
Like, they usually, like, scratch at my window. It's a squirrel. I know it's a squirrel.
Because this case...
I look at them and I'm like...
they
look at me back.
It feels so scary. Like, I had nightmares watching the documentary. Like, not gonna lie. Let me show you...
I haven't watched it. I should watch it.
You should. Let me show you, Mark real quick.
Oh, Lord.
It's kinda hard to... Oh.
Oh,
See, Mark has that I feel like Mark has that mentality of he believes he's like higher above him like, how do I explain this? He thinks he's better than everyone else,
Yeah.
He thinks he probably has this psychological mentality, like that God complex, I mean, 10,000 bone fractures and got away with it for so long, probably. I mean, 10,000 is a lot. And then what we already don't know, what they already burned.
Now, let me tell you a very, very interesting story. Okay?
So...
And it's like, they can't, like, it's the fact that he just kept lying to the police that at this point they're like, I don't even know what to believe what you say anymore at this point, man.
He's like, he switches up his story, and then he he projects himself, to Herb, I feel. Like,
Yeah.
oh, he was such a great person, He
And then
was,
turns his back and is like, he was a bad.
yeah, and so that's like, he realizes he himself is getting more involved in the case and that he was going to get in trouble. And so then now he puts that blame, like, oh, I actually do know something, and I just didn't tell you guys. And so it's like, okay, now you just seem like you're not taking the blame, you're just trying to throw him under the bus. Like,
yeah, he's a little.
he just didn't. His alibi doesn't add up. He didn't make his alibi add up,
No. And
No, it
yeah,
did not.
I mean, and,
but it's creepy.
like
I was
watching-
looking through pictures as you were talking, and I'm like,
yeah, of her, of
It just-
Mark.
just like of the case in general,
Oh, yeah,
like
yeah.
what they showed in the documentary and stuff. And I'm like, oh my god. Okay.
No, because Mark
Alright.
is part of it.
Yeah, he is.
Like, I have kind of gotten used to his face because, I mean, I've done a lot of research on this case. But, like, when I first watched the documentary, like, I was so scared of him. Like, I'm still so scared of him. Like, thinking he's out there. He's out there. And
Yeah.
I
They're
don't
just
know.
letting go, bro.
He just scares me. He scares me so bad.
Yeah.
And
Oh my god.
watching
Spooky.
the documentary with him in it, like the interview with him, it's so creepy. It is so creepy.
Yeah. I'm guessing that what they acted on was based on like childhood trauma or something that very much traumatized them, and that's like how they coped in a way. And that, I hate to say it, but that's how a lot of serial killers act. Why they acted upon it a lot is because childhood trauma.
I think it's so like interesting because there's literally like not much about his early childhood. Like the most you can find is like a paragraph in one article, and then all of it, not like all of it, but I found like a pretty short paragraph on Wikipedia, which is not that good. But I mean, the documentary doesn't even tell us much. But the Wikipedia sources are pretty good. But like, it's also like, it's like little details from different articles, and it's like
the very niche details that like open up like what
like
Yeah.
And there's like nothing about his early life. Like all we know is that his dad was a doctor. Kelly, what are you looking at?
Coped.
There's tapping over there in the corner of my room.
It's Mark Goodyear.
Calm down.
Shut up.
Mark's watching you.
Mark's watching you. I'm always like afraid. I'm always scared that
What's
he's gonna
that?
like come get me. Like it's like a horror movie. Like I'm like scared of him.
So do you see that?
What?
Shut your face! Shut your face!
Pardon my probably mispronunciation of these names. John Lee, Johnny Bayer, Jeffrey Allen, Jeff Jones, Richard Douglas Hamilton Jr., Alan Lee Livingston, Stephen Sperlin Hale, Alan Wayne Brossard, Roger Allen Goodlett, Michael Frederick, Mike Kernan, Manuel Resendez, Daniel Thomas Hallorn. That's it. This was a pretty serious episode.
Yeah. Obviously, rest in peace to the victim.
Yeah.
So it's literally a tragedy. I mean,
And condolences out to those of the victims' families who had to go through
families and all
that.
that. Yeah.
And I hope this video brings some light to this case because it deserves, like, these victims deserve to be known about.
Yeah. Like what happened to them was very tragic.
Yes, very.
It was very tragic, yeah.
And it's the fact that I haven't heard of this case before.
Neither have I.
And it's like 10,000 that you said that was the most next to what?
The World Trade Center.
Which is insane, by the way.
Yeah, that is insane, by the way.
Yep. And it was kind of hidden because, I mean, it was kind of around the same time as Dahmer and Gacy. And
I hate
yeah.
to say it, and this is, I'm not trying to get political in any way, but unfortunately it is political. It is because most of the suspects were gay men.
yeah, I was just about to say
Yeah.
that. I was just about to say that.
And it's
Yeah.
not like a
PSA to
black
the
on
allies,
white crime or
protect your-
anything like that.
Protect your gay friends.
Protect your gay
Yeah.
friends.
Exactly.
Protect your gay friends.
Go
wish-
give
I wish those
your
men.
friends of color $1. Actually,
Oh, yeah.
more.
I wish those men
More
lived
than
now, so they could see the society that we've kind of built
Yeah.
it to be more accepting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wish they could still be alive today.
Yeah. And that they could see that like they would be accepted now.
And
And I hate to say it, but if it happened now, it
yeah,
would have
no,
been more known.
it would be
you
a
know?
giant case. If it happened now, it would
Yeah.
be a ginormous
Yeah, it'd be giant.
case.
Yeah. But it just unfortunately took place in that time.
And also, the thing was, one of the reasons why it wasn't so big is because he was never taken to trial.
Exactly.
He killed himself. So there was
Yeah,
no
and
trial
that's
to follow.
crazy.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like he should have.
And doing these interviews, Mark doing these interviews obviously didn't help his case at all.
No,
So like,
no. Anyway, so that's the end of the video.
comment
Share
down
this.
below. Let us
Yeah.
know what you think.
Let us know what you think.
Let us know what you think.
Share this with your friends so everyone can know about this case.
Tell us if you want to see different cases. I know I have a case in mind that I would really like to
I
present
do
to the
too.
group.
Yeah.
She does too.
Let us know if you like this style of video. We're gonna have more in-person video, just videos.
Yeah, this has taken us a long
I
time
am-
to get together, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just
yeah.
stuff came up, but more in-person video
More
for
in-person
Mystery
video.
and Mirth. Like, subscribe,
Comment and hit that notification
comment.
bell.
hit that notification, and even show the video to your dog.
Yeah, show the video.
You
to
know.
your
Show it to your dog. Show it to your
Your
cat.
goldfish, if you will. Show it to your.
Show it to your
never
lizard.
mind.
Okay.
I was gonna say show it. Never mind. Yeah.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye, guys.